Ladybug. Freddy Laguna, salute. No Rivera. The one and only D-Boy was popping. Salute. Iraq, salute, Iraq. Shout out everybody in the chat. Punch that like button on your way in. Little Pug, salute. Yeah. What's good, bro? Harlem in the building. Jerry Green was popping. What's that like button on your way in? Let them know that you in here. What's good? What's good, Rob Rivera? Eagles. Noah Rivera was popping. Soundview in the building. Get it. Freddy Laguna was popping. My vlogs was popping. All the time, Downtown. Jane Keel, salute. Salute to you and all the real rights. Blaze Blig was popping. That's a fact. Wild vlogs. We got an interesting one today. What up, Big Nell? Blaze Bligs, you already know. Johnny Blaze was popping, black. Noah Rivera, you already know. Patching in. What's that like button on your way in? Let them know you up in here. Let your presence be known. Don't be scared. We in the Spartans' house. Us never them. That's a fact. Spit fire to the wire. Allentown, Bethlehem, checking in. Salute. Hit Smoker 198. Queens is in the building. Shout out Queens. Malcolm Dawn 83. Spartan salute. Pilato 978. Brat. Switching up, switching up. East New York in the building. What's poppin'? Yeah, so shout out to everybody in the chat, man. A lot of stuff is going on today. Actually, a lot of stuff been going for this whole week. Facts, Puerto Rico in the building. What's popping? Oh, words. Puerto Rico just got a bad earthquake. That's a matter of yeah. Oh, word. Puerto Rico just got a bad earthquake. That's a matter of yeah. Word. Puerto Rico just got a bad earthquake. Yeah, I heard about that. You know what I'm saying? So I send my regards and everything to everybody in Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get through that little situation over there with the earthquake, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad, man. They just got hit with something like a couple years ago or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, send a shout out to them, man. Hopefully this don't hit them as hard like the last joint did. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause they really going through it over there, man. Our prayers to Puerto Rico as a fact. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Now we got this drama going on now. So I had to go and do my research. You know what I'm saying? Because like everybody is alarmed. Like most people I speak to, and every time I look at the blogs and they're alarmed about the missile strikes and all that's going on. 219 Sosa, salute. You know what I'm saying? They got missiles and all that. People get you got the embassy that got bombed. There's a lot of things going on, so most people's reactions to it is more of alarm. You know what I'm saying? What's poppin', J.E. Moneybags? Facts on Martha Don 83. Salute Boricuas. It's a fact. Uh he's blazing bling except for God front. Hey yo, now when I was looking at I did some research on this situation, right? Because a lot of people are looking at Donald Trump and the way that he's coming off. They feel that he's coming off type pompous. They feel that he's coming off like a bully almost, like you know what I'm saying. But you also gotta look at a few things too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I did the research because I don't like to be sided. Usually that's what people do. They side. Instead of siding, what I did was I did my research. So let me get into the research that I did. This is the information that I got. You know what I'm saying? First of all, we're gonna go to the beginning. So now you see how the United States is they got drama with the Middle East again. This ain't the first time. It's not the first time. It's just that right now it's being handled a little bit different than it's been handled in the past. You know what I'm saying? So what I did was I said, all right, is there a cause to be alarmed? Let's see. I want to see what he's seeing. Because the only way you could understand something is to not be so judgmental and to try to see it from the other person's perspective so that you can have an understanding of why they're looking at it the way they look at it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. I said, all right, what is he seeing that shows his confidence? You know what I'm saying? Because I saw his tweet and all that. His tweet was like, yo, it ain't nothing. And that's a bombing that they did over there in the embassy. So what I did was I went backwards. I went back in time. And the reason I went back in time, Real Deal. Well, shout out Real Deal, Rochester in the building. What I did was I went back in time so I can actually calculate and understand the way wars are funded, the alliances, and the what is a superpower. Sometimes you got to really think. Everybody hears about that. Yeah, nah, I'm gonna get into that Irish King. I seen that Irish King said everybody saying Trump a bully for killing a general with a missile strike, but no one was saying shit about Obama's drone strike that was killing innocent families and kids to kill one terrorist. Why? I'm gonna get into that in a second. That's in here. So the last time we had drama with the Middle East, it goes back to the Gulf War. Now, in the Gulf War was from August 2nd, 1990 to February 1991, February 28th, 1991. Codename Operation Desert Shield. The reason they call it Desert Shield was because the United States formed a coalition with their allies to shield Kuwait from the attack of Saddam Hussein and his men from Iraq. So the alliance is what formed the shield, and of course, the Middle East is a lot of desert, so they call it Operation Desert Shield. You know what I'm saying? Now it says, and then it says for operations leading to the buildup of troops and defense of Saudi Arabia and Operation Desert Storm. Now, Operation Desert Storm was when they came to basically they lay the law down. And what happens is during Operation Desert Storm, which was from January 17th, 1991 to February 28th, 1991. Look at the time span there, everybody. From January 17th, 1991 to February 28th, 1991. That's 45 days. That's a 45-day war. So the United States went through a what you call it, a 45-day war with them, right? Actually 42. After 42 days of relentless attacks by the Allied coalition in the air and on the ground, United States President George H.W. Bush declared a ceasefire on February 28th. By that time, most Iraqi forces in Kuwait had either surrendered or fled. That means for 42 days, they were straight bombing them. You know what I'm saying? For 42 days, they was straight bombing them, dropping bombs every 42 days now, straight, every day, dropping bombs. You know what I'm saying? Now let's just go right here to Kuwait. Right? Now the history on Kuwait is this. Kuwait, situated in the northern edge of eastern Arabia at the tip of the Persian Gulf, it shares borders with Iraq and Saudi Arabia. Kuwait has a population of 4.5 million and 3.2 million. That means 1.3 million of the 4.5 million are descendants of Iraq. 3.2 million are what they call expatriates. Now, for those who don't know what expatriates are, an expatriate is an individual living in a country other than his or her country of citizenship, often temporarily and for work reasons. So when Saddam Hussein said, I'm gonna go and take over Kuwait. Saddam Hussein said, appreciate you, Raw Deal. Shout out Raw Deal. Um, Saddam Hussein said, out of their population, a big percentage of their population are not descendants of that country. You know what I'm saying? They don't come from there. They come from Iran and all the other surrounding uh, peninsulas around there. So what Saddam Hussein was saying was, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to build my army bigger, because most people that are there, 3.2 million of the people that are there are expatriates. So that means they come from other countries for work. So he'll go in there and use those and make them soldiers, which will make his army bigger. That alone was a threat to Saudi Arabia and those surrounding countries in Saudi Arabia. So what did they do? They had to come to us. They needed the United States, because without the United States manpower, it would have been hard. It would have been too much of a fight. As you can see, 42 days of relentless attacks, and it was over. You know what I'm saying? It was over. MC Goods 01, I see you. Know what I'm saying? But let me even go further. I did more research. So now let's remember something. Saudi Arabia was part of that coalition. Iran and all of them, they was part of that coalition when it came to going against Saddam Hussein's takeover of Kuwait. Because people from all these countries were in there. A lot of them were working, doing other things, whatever they was doing. The population count, the census count, is what explains that. Now, let's see. So now let's go. In the Gulf War, Arab nations joined U.S. coalition forces against Saddam Hussein. In less than 2 months, Iraq surrendered, yet Saddam Hussein was not forced from power. So even though they beat Saddam Hussein and his people, when he got pushed back, he was still in power. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that Saddam Hussein ran his office was as a dictatorship. There was no we're gonna see who wins between me and you. Nah. It was like, this is me. That's that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, so now when that happened like that, you know what I mean? That's when like I said, they beat him and pushed him and let the country deal with him. You know what I'm saying? Because the way they had it was like, he's worthless right now. He can't do nothing. We killed his whole force, his whole army. What does he have left? He basically killed his own people, trying to fight a war that he couldn't win. You know what I'm saying? So that's what led to the embargo, and that's what led to the formulation of the countries to all form the shield to protect Kuwait from his attack. But now here's the difference here, the difference maker, shall I say. The difference maker is right here. Know what I'm saying? Punch that like button on your way and let them know you in here. We on fact time. You know what I'm saying? Like my son Shooter 93 would say, fact rap. So now Let's do a synopsis, right? We're gonna go by casualties. In Operation Desert Storm, United States casualties was 467. 148 died in battle, and 145 were innocent. They weren't even in battle. For those that was fighting and those that weren't, was the same. Which is kind of interesting there when you look at that ratio. But okay. In total, 467 people died, American people died in Operation Desert Storm. Now let's see how much of it, what happened to them. Kuwait saw 1,000 deaths and 600 people gone missing. According to the BBC, between 60,000 and 200,000 Iraqi soldiers are thought to have been killed. 25 to 30,000 during the ground war. The others were killed by air and missile strikes in bunkers. Now, I think it's simple math right there. The from 467 to damn near 500,000, it's a big difference. So Saddam Hussein led his regime basically to their death. You know what I'm saying? Because they went in for the war that they had no chance of winning. You know what I'm saying? Now let's see the cause. Right? Because remember, Donald Trump is in office. Right? But let's see the cause, what it cost them back then when they went to this war. So the United States has estimated the incremental cost of the Gulf War at $61 billion. Did y'all hear that? $61 billion, yo. Now, here's how the $61 billion was split. U.S. allies provided $54 billion of that 61. Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and other Gulf states covered 36 billion. So it wasn't cost effective for the United States because they provided the manpower and the technology. You know, one thing about the United States is that they forever, they forever expanding. They're forever growing. They're forever trying something new because they not only want to be prepared for anything that can happen, but they also want to be built like that in case they want to take something. Now, in the midst of all this now that's going on, right? Because you got to look at now, when I last looked, I saw that Iran's threat to the United States is not that great as people may think. Because in May, Iran announced it would step up its uranium enrichment levels to 4.5%. And everybody should know that uranium is what's used to make bombs. They need uranium. Without uranium, they can't make a bomb. So they raised the enrichment levels of uranium to 4.5%. That alone didn't signal that bombs were on the way. 4.5% is still well below the roughly 90% enrichment levels needed to make a nuclear weapon. But it's a step in that direction. Prior to the 2015 treaty, Iran was achieving the enrichment levels of 20%, a critical threshold Kimball says. On the road to weapons grade uranium, since it's far more challenging to enrich uranium from 1% to 20% than from 20% to 90%. The amount it takes to hit these enrichment milestones ultimately depends on the quality and quantity of Iran's centrifuges. When Iran is mined, it's consistent almost entirely off the isotope uranium 238, which is next to useless if you're trying to make a bomb. So what they're saying is that they don't got enough, they don't have enough to be a nuclear threat. Because when they was becoming a threat, they sent people in there like a Barack Obama and them you know what I'm saying? Barack Obama went in there and did, spoke to them and talked them down, basically, and they felt, all right, I'm with what he's talking about, and they started telling everybody, their own people, they started telling their own people to don't stop producing uranium. So now what they're saying is that by repeating this process over and over again, scientists can push concentration of uranium 235 from less than 1% to above 90%. The problem with Iran is that they got money. And with money, you can make things happen, like they saying. They don't have enough right now to make bombs. But they already signaling that by getting out of that treaty, they're going to start to make enough to make bombs. It's going to take them a while, though. You see what I'm saying? If they go in that direction, then in the future, we got a problem ahead of us. Because I was thinking to myself, I said, the same way they use those planes at 9/11, rest in peace to those people at 9/11. They hijacked 3 planes and they went and hit the Twin Towers. Rest in peace to all the people, the first responders and the people that died in the Twin Towers. Everybody, rest in peace to them. And our prayers to those that survived and are still here today. They went and did that. Now imagine something, because I was thinking about something one day, and it came to my mind when I went down to the city not too long ago. And you see how when you go to Manhattan, right? You see when you go to Manhattan, almost on every corner they got those halal stands, right? So they got all those halal stands on majority of the corners where they sell the shish kebab and all that other stuff, right? They already shown to have used trucks in London, planes here, and bombs everywhere else. Now imagine if they were to devise a plan where all those trucks were bombs.
It's true. What just happened? They were talking about it in the chat, and people were saying it wasn't true. It is. It's on ABC News. And they'll start chatting about it. They were in there.
Yeah. Now, I didn't even know that, Ray Leon Rivera, but that's something good to talk about in a second, too. But now imagine if they see, this is why it becomes a threat from a different perspective. They already know They'll never be able to beat us straight up because America keeps allies. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta think strategically. That's the way they think too. I mean, yeah, I know Iran got allies too, but you got to remember if you see what happened in the Gulf War, if one man with a small country is a threat to a big country, how much of a threat can they be to the United States and its allies? Because United States didn't have to go in there and send their troops and all those casualties, sacrifice 467 men if they had it. If they was that much strong, they don't need the United States. For what? Saddam Hussein was Iraq. Kuwait is Kuwait. And Kuwait, like we said, like I read to you, 3.2 million are expatriates. That they come from those surrounding countries. You see what I'm saying? So we got to look at that ratio right there and really think about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Irish King. It's a fact, Irish King. Irish King said, I don't think people understand how strong the U.S. is. We fought World War II on two fronts. We was fighting in Japan and in Germany the same time and destroyed both, and they were both superpowers. That's a fact. We're not going to lose straight up battles because the United States was always thinking 5 steps ahead. It was when you look at the chessboard, they already knew what moves they're going to move because they didn't have to think on as they go. They thought already. So when they going, they see things they already saw and already thought about. You see what I'm saying? So they don't get caught by surprise. Because what Iran is basically saying, because I read the statement that what's his name made. They one of their generals made a statement. You know what I'm saying? And he said, first of all, we gotta remember this. Saudi Arabia officially is a non-nuclear weapon state, party to the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, and it has also an agreement with International Atomic Energy Agency. So when it comes to nuclear weapons, they're far off when it comes to the nuclear weapons. You know what I'm saying? But um, they're still a threat. Now, remember, we gotta weigh the scale. So we gotta look from both sides of the story. Because now I also saw earlier today, I believe it was a soldier who posted up. He had a rifle, and he had the strap of the rifle, and he was holding the rifle like it was a bow and arrow. And his message was, he's doing that stuff so they could kick him out of the army. Now, would you think that is a statement? Oh, you saw that, you Alley? Yeah, he had the rifle, He had the rifle and he used the strap and he had it like it was a bow and arrow. Like he's playing around when he's supposed to be serious. He's supposed to be on guard. He was on his post when he did that. You know what I'm saying? He was on his post when he did that. And he did that, like he said in his statement. He said, I'm doing this so they can kick me out the army. You know what I'm saying? Um, Nigel Brown said Russia got intelligence on lock. I would agree to disagree. I think that they are up there when it comes. See, when America makes allies with all these other countries, or they do a peace treaty and everybody's good and dandy, what happens is that it's like everybody starts to analyze each other because now instead of going at each other, they get to see each other more and see what people are really made of. You get a bird's eye look from up top. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, plus you got to remember that Donald Trump, his statement was confidence, man. He said it. He said, "Yeah, they bombed. They sent like 2 missiles over there that hit." He said, so far so good." You see that statement? That statement right there tells you that he knows what he has and he knows what he's getting into. If you look at the cost from the Gulf War, America did pretty good. They ain't had to spend that much money, but they had to send manpower. So salute to the 467 that died. May they rest in peace, and thank you for defending us in the war. Um, but we gotta look at these ratios though. These are sick ratios. Yeah, they didn't kill anyone. It was the only thing they could do. If they killed American right then, it would be over for them already. Yeah, but what basically what it looks like is like, yo, you kill one of our peoples, we're gonna send a message that we ain't punks, but we ain't gonna kill nobody because we really want no war. Because at the end of the day, y'all already know our card. That's what it boils down to. America knows their card because during the Gulf War, they couldn't even handle one of their own. So if you can't handle one of your own and you need us to come in there, then you already know what's going on. Our army has gotten bigger. Technology has gotten more advanced. It's crazy. Because in a minute, they ain't got to put nobody in no airplanes and all that like they did before. They could just fill up the drones. It'll be cost effective with the lives. You will have less people get shot down from airplanes than if they shoot down drones. It got to the point where they were so far ahead in technology that we play with drones. We buy drones in Walmart. We buy drones in Toys R Us or whatever. That's how far ahead they've been. They up there. You know what I'm saying? So when Donald Trump made that message, he knows. Really on the barrel. They were saying that the Arab nation has a lot of sleeper soldiers here in America already. Yeah, I would believe that too. That's why I said, imagine if they did that with those food trucks on every corner. Imagine if that was a system that was designed for them just to be there because in the future they're gonna be needed. Remember in Vietnam, what happened in Vietnam? In Vietnam, they used little kids and put bombs on them. So the soldiers they didn't want to kill the little kids. Like, oh man, it's a little kid, but that kid he wasn't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They use little kids. put bombs on them. Then the soldiers are all messed up because the soldiers like they looking at a little kid, and the minute he gets a little bit close, he's letting off a bomb. If they shoot him, and if he don't die, he's letting off that bomb. So it messed up a lot of soldiers because a lot of the soldiers are like, yo, we gotta kill kids and all that, yo. We can't have no heart. We can't have no heart whatsoever. Everything goes, man. Little girls, boys, everything, because they're not playing fair. They throwing bombs on them. So you already know what that did to a lot of the minds of those that was over there and were fighting. Like China general said, we can't invade America. There is rifle behind every blade of grass. Yeah, I agree with that, Trig owner. Yeah, there is a lot of Arabs that came here that are just like you could call them expatriates also because they left over there to come here to work and to provide uh support for their family and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But when we look at what's going on over there, is they they know that uh, uh, they can't win against the United States, but they also didn't want to just leave it like that. Like, yo, you just killed one of our generals, and it's like that. But you also got to look at what he was doing too with the bombings. So that was in retaliation for an American that got killed in one of the bombings that they said he orchestrated. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, expatriate. That's how you pronounce the word. Expatriate. So remember back then Kuwait had 3.2 million expatriates. Irish Kings. Yeah, I see that. So they want to retaliate to the United States. They want to hit us back, and they will. I mean, it's possibility because one thing you also got to learn, man, that you can't, you can't build, um, how you say, enemies because then you build your demise. You can't go. You got one enemy, create more enemies because then your enemies are going to be your superpower. Your enemies are going to be more than you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at that too. So you can't have beef with Russia over here and tell Russia they can't do this and do that and do this, and then have beef with Iran over here and tell them they can't do that and do this and do that. Because all these people on the low are doing something. That's the way I think about it. All these people on the low are doing something. Russia's doing something. Iran and them been doing something. You see? So Russia invaded the presidency, the whole presidency thing. They showed that their technology is up to date and it's a threat. And as we saw when I read, Saudi Arabia at one time was making 20% uranium levels. You know they still got those ingredients and some. Because the tactic was to send Barack Obama in there to talk with them, to talk them down. Because you could talk them down out of making theirs, knowing we got our own. So when it comes down to it, we're telling you don't do it. Or we're gonna send ours, because ours is already done. You still gotta make yours. That's what it boils down to. Ours is already done. You still gotta make yours. So at the end of the day, if you get on some rah-rah stuff, we just send ours, and then you ain't made yours, so you're done. Look what happened in Hiroshima. Who would have thought that they would make something called the atom bomb, drop that in Hiroshima and wipe it out? Who would have thought? Yeah. You know, all these things we got to think about, man. Like, you know, we're always going to be sacrificial lambs, because at the end of the day, we don't got nothing to do with that. That's their upper echelon, wars and stuff like that. Stuff that we don't got nothing to do with, but we can be casualties, like the casualties in 9/11. Can't nobody say those weren't casualties. Those were casualties of war. And it's a shame, because you had Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden is trained. Osama bin Laden is trained by the United States, because he worked with the United States. This is what I'm saying. When people become allies, they start to analyze each other. At that time of alliance, they're analyzing each other. They saying, okay, It's like a lot of people will come in, and they'll have uh, uh, uh their own philosophy on certain things. You know what I'm saying? But look at if you look at the cost of the war for America, it was pretty cheap. But the lives is what wasn't cheap. You know what I'm saying? What wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? Trig One is an ex trooper, as an ex army. Or he's still in the army or something like that. Yeah, Osama bin Laden was from Saudi Arabia. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But you got to look at the fact of the matter is that they couldn't handle their own beef. And being that they couldn't handle their own beef, look what happened. United States had to come in there. And United States went in there, and 467 lives were sacrificed in there. I believe right now it'll be less. But here's the next problem. Iran and them got the oil, so they can just boost up the prices. And that creates another drama. That's what happens. It creates another drama. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. I was looking at it. I was looking at it today, so I said, you know what, man, I need to let me do my research. So I sat here for like an hour, and I started shepherdizing. For those who don't know what shepherdizing means, in law, shepherdizing is when you are looking up cases and you're seeing equivalencies and you're looking at modus operandi. You're looking at strategies. 2002 or three, I was at Attica, same Rose, same Sosa. What's popping, Pitu? Prophet of the Lord would be backbiting on YouTube, calling people goofy. Don't get offended by calling people goofy. Don't get offended by how I'm writing your name. Because there is. Oh, he's talking to somebody in the chat. Yeah, Pitu, Russia don't want it. But remember, Russia got guns, man. That was their thing. Their thing was also a nuclear threat and power. Remember, United States be on some, we're gonna have missiles, but you ain't. You know what I'm saying? This country wasn't given, it was taken. And we know that from the beginning of time when the Indians was here uh, Christopher Columbus and all the Spaniards and all the other people that came on the islands, they had what? Technology. You know, they said when they was taking off the cannons off the ship and they was putting them on the beaches, the Indians was looking at them like they was gods. The way they had all the armor on and all the other stuff, the Indians were like, "Oh shit, God just hit came." Yeah, America always gets it. America gets in there because it's gonna be cost. They gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't. I mean, we never gonna sleep. You can't sleep. America keeps a watch on everybody. They watching what people doing. Believe that. This is the reason why. Now imagine they didn't see or didn't know that they was actually producing uranium back then. By now they would have had over 90%. And they would have been a nuclear threat. But they saw it and they stopped it. Russia also. Russia had missiles and all that. But you know what I'm saying? So I say that to say this, man. You know, we are always in harm's way because the United States say getting into something with somebody else or on their own. But we got the best protection in the world. That's one thing you can't deny. We do got the best protection in the world. You know, our own hold us down. Because the way the soldiers look at it is like, yo, these people gonna go start beef over there, but my family is over here, so I'm automatically obligated to fight and make sure that my family doesn't get caught up as a casualty when I got the chance to stop that or participate in the stoppage of it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's basically the way it goes. So that was my thing on the war report. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to look at a different type of war. The different type of war we got going on be mm, yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, but two. Before I go on, but two, you said, "Yep, cat." Each year we go on, we become more vulnerable. I mean, the world falling apart, anyways, breaking down and shit. I mean, I would agree with that, but I wouldn't agree that we become more vulnerable. I would believe that the damn. Then again, you know what? We might be becoming a little bit more vulnerable. You know why? Because the mentality of the people nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Um, the mentality of people is half-assed. You know, all I've been noticing since I've been out, man, is everything's half-assed nowadays. Nobody wants to really put 100% into the things that they do. They just be there on some half-assed stuff. Yeah, I did that, and that's all they wanted me to do, type stuff. The mentality of a lazy bum. You know what I'm saying? Is cost effective. You know what I'm saying? That definitely is cost effective because when you look at it, you say to yourself, you know, if people will have a half-assed mentality, that's crazy. And that's the way it be. I remember in the supermarket, I saw this. This is a good example, and it was funny because I was there when they was doing the speech, right? So I was working in the supermarket years ago, and I remember a customer asking the worker for 2 cans of cat food. The worker went and saw that the shelf was empty. He went and got a whole case of that cat food. He gave the lady 2 cans out of the pack and put the pack on the floor. Now, ain't that half-assed? Why would you give the lady two cans, put the whole pack down on the floor? What's happening when the next customer come? What is he? A cat? A dog? So he got to get his stuff off the floor, or her stuff, they got to get it off the floor. It's supposed to be on the shelf. But the way he looked at it was like, I already gave her 2 cans. Everything else ain't got to do with me. You see? Um, when I was on the bus one time going to the city, and it was crazy because they made the 6 hour drive into 9 hours. And the crazy part is I'm sitting there Google mapping the route that they taking to come down. And I'm like, yo, why are they taking the long way? And the reason for that was because they were Google mapping, they was Google mapping it also. It's crazy. The mindset of America, that's a fact. The mindset of America is half-assed. A lot of times you go to your job and you hear people complain all the time. Oh, I gotta come to work. Oh, I don't want to do that today. You already have the attitude of defeat before you even start what you're supposed to do. You're already defeating yourself. And that's the mentality that you see more of today. You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame. You could be on the bus, and the bus driver, he's taking his time. He don't care about you or that you got to get to work at a certain time. In his mind, I got to do this a couple of times and then I'm over for the day. Then I'm done. Let's give it to somebody else. That's his mentality. No consideration. You see what I'm saying? No consideration whatsoever. So that's why the mentality, like I said, is half-assed. People complain more nowadays than they appreciate. And that's the mentality of this world. The go-getters is missing. The only people that's left around and they're more shown is the people that's winging it. And we know what that means when you're winging it. Know what I'm saying? Baby Eagle. You know what I'm saying? That's true, Jesus P. He gets paid either way, whether he gets slow or he goes fast. That's the mentality today. Yeah, pistol game. That's what makes America messed up, man. America is so pompous because we're so dominant. And that's what causes oppression. And sometimes we don't see it as oppression. We see it as we're being flashy, or we're being, we look at it like we're doing our thing. But really, we're being oppressive. You know what I'm saying? But that's the mentality of today. Another thing I've been noticing, right? And this is funny to me. So you got clowns that go in the comments, right? You got clowns that go in the comments, and what they do is they leave negatives in the comments because they're afraid of a person's rise. So they come in the comments and they leave their 2 cents in the house of hundreds. So they put their small change in there to misguide people and say this and that and the third. I say this: when a person is a troll, he ain't nothing but a coward behind a computer that's scared to death and only knows that because he's behind the computer and his location ain't going to be known until he slips and leaves his location on one day, or he's somewhere and he, because I remember I forgot who it was, but somebody had called the troll one time, and the troll was in the dark, ain't want to show his face and all that. You know, I'm used to it. Because what I do is I do them dirty. And then what they do is they come, like me. Fact. Because you got to understand something. Remember what Billy the Kid used to say? He used to say, I'll make you famous. I'll make you famous because I shot you. See what I'm saying? So the trolls will go in the comments to see if you shoot them. So they can say, yo, I got shot by Wildkat, or I got shot by Cab, or I got shot by C-Cat. That's what they do. When they see people in your chat and they bigging you up and they say, yo, we love your show and yo, we with you and stuff like that, they yeah, your life, that's a fact. You see what I'm saying? So what they do is they go into the comments. You know what I'm saying? They have these names like what was the last one I saw? They use female names, they use all types of names. But see, what they don't do is come in these chats, in the live chat. Because they know if they come in the live chat, they're gonna get the Frank, they're gonna get timed out, they're gonna get kicked out. So they go to the comments. And then let's say somebody in another podcast gives you your props or shouts you out, they'll go in there and drop their 2 cents. Now, what happens is the person that's whose podcast that is, or the persons, what they'll do is they'll leave it there. They won't take it off. They'll leave it there because they need to promote propaganda to get their podcasts up. Because their podcast ain't doing nothing. See what I'm saying? So, like, I'm like for right now, I'm on here. Or the other day, I had Mario Machete on. You know what I'm saying? So, if somebody in the comments says something about Mario Machete, this is my podcast. I'm taking that down, taking it off. I'm not gonna leave that on in my messages in my podcast. I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect nobody in my podcast. I'm taking the message right off. Whop, you up out of here. Write it again. Whop, you up out of here. All it takes is a click. Click. It doesn't hurt my fingers. You know what I'm saying? So you get them right up out of there. Black Jesus SP, salute, bro. Salute to Black Jesus SP. Facts, DM me, bro. I'm here. Oh, pistol game. I don't know what that dude said, if he said something about me, because I don't even look at his show. You know what I'm saying? I don't even go there. I'm not going over there. So if he is talking about me, he just added to the list of the cowards that talk shit behind his computer shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't help what a person says, you know what I'm saying, while they masqueraded somewhere. Don't walk around, don't be out nowhere. I can't help that. All I can say is that I did 15 years in the penitentiary. Actually, 17 years in the penitentiary. And I have no cuts. And I never put no lawsuit on not even on the police. When the police jumped me, did I put a lawsuit? Look at that. I done been in torture chambers and all that. I ain't even put no lawsuit because I knew I would have to go to court and point the finger at that police. You know what I mean? Oh, pistol game. Oh, okay. Not pistol game. It wasn't you. Somebody else had told me that on the last chat. It said some dude was talking. That son was talking. Some I don't know, but I didn't go on his page to listen. I just looked at it like, who cares? I bet. I'm not gonna make you famous. You gotta get your own fame. Same way when these trolls they jump up in the comments, they'll leave a comment. See, y'all saw what I did to the Tales for the Pen dude. I did it right here live. I left him in the chat and I spoke to him in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Salute OG Wayno in the building. Brat. Love you, bro. I'm doing all right. You heard? You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way it is. So some of them be coming on, they be like, yo, he got mad troll pages and he hold up. Let's be strategic here, because if a coward is saying something coward behind a computer, why should you use your page to answer him and make him somebody? You're a nobody. So I'll just make a page just to do you dirty, because you ain't gonna get it from me, from my page, to say, oh, the big homie just did me, just dissed me. I feel good. No, some other dude just dissed you. And you're gonna say that's my troll page. We Spartans here, man. Spartans, what they do is they look at each other's pages and they make sure that nobody violates. Somebody violates, they get it. They get Franks and all that. I was in the box pit too during 9/11. I was in the box. I still had about 3 more years to go or something like that, or 2 more years, or I don't know. That's a fact. Benkos, Jay Breezy, 5 borough. He hit it right on the head. Benkos. That's what they is. That's why they be tight. They be in the comments tight as hell because I'm different. Y'all want to play games and go in the comments? I got 5 heads, maybe 6, 7, 8 heads that got nothing better to do than go in the comments is give you the frank, do your mother dirty, everything. Just do you so dirty that you don't want to troll no more. You don't want to troll no more because you're like, it's getting so abusive. Because it's the equivalent to having you sit down on a chair with your hands tied behind your back and somebody just straight smacking you every 5 minutes. Are you asleep? Wake up. Are you all right? Wake up. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do to people like that. I mean, so to a regular page, they'll go and troll and say stuff, and probably the person won't say nothing. Because to me, I look at it like this. If you got a podcast and you let somebody talk about a real dude, you fool too, just for leaving that in your podcast. You know what I'm saying? If you leave that in the comments, if I interview somebody today and in the comments I see people is trolls is talking about real dudes, it's my job to take that off. It's my job to take that off the comments. Because if I leave it there, I'm promoting propaganda. I'm promoting a troll, punk, bird, sucker to say something about a real dude. I'm promoting that. Facts. Am I right or wrong? If after this live, somebody goes into the comments and talks something about somebody that I know that's a thorough dude, I got to take that off. Clank, delete. I got it. Oh, you want to play? You want to come back again? Send 5 more at you. Whoop! Just like the United States does. We're going to keep sending missiles. Bing, bing. We're going to keep, missiles are going to keep coming. Bing, bing, bing. All day. When you think you're trolling, you're going to have dudes talk about your mother. Talk about giving you franks, disrespecting you. Totally disrespectful. Off the meat rack. No mercy whatsoever. No grease at all. Just do you straight dirty. That's why some of those podcasts, I won't even get on them shits. There's a lot of podcasts I don't get on. You ain't interviewing me. Get up out of here, man. Fuck is you? Because when I looked at your podcast, I saw trolls in there talking about real dudes, and you left the comments on there. So therefore, you fool just like them. It's a fact. Oh, it's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I say, when I corrected that other dude, what I did was I brought another OG on. And what did he say? He said a lot of dudes be up here doing what? Name dropping. Because if you're gonna talk about the pen and doing all this other stuff, talk about what you did. Not come up here some fake Tales from the Crypt Good evening, kitties. And what? Got him in the chair, sitting down with his hands behind his back, getting smacked. Hell no. Not official. Hell no. But it's true. He's not official. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm still waiting to hear something from him, what he went through. I'm always hearing about these other dudes. Because I actually sat down and watched like 2 of his stories, right? And here's a funny thing. I saw one story where he's flicking a razor in his mouth, and then I just saw the other day somebody sent it to my DM. Pistol Pete from Terror Squad, he had the same video. Nigel Brown. That's what Mario Machete said. That's another thing. Mario Machete been doing time since 81. He older than me. I'm the baby of the family. And he said it himself. Who? He never even heard of the dude. I know Patu. Yeah. Pistol Pete, I seen it. Now, Pistol Pete is an older cat, like Mario and them. And he was doing what he did or whatever on the island. You know, that's before my time. You know what I'm saying? But his name is there. Can't say his name is not there. His name is there. All right? And he's from that era. He's from the razor blade in the mouth era. Because after like 92, that was a wrap. You ain't put nothing in your mouth. Everything had to get boof. Everything had to get boof. Or if not, you're gonna be unarmed. You're gonna be fighting dudes that's coming at you with straight razors. I mean, excuse me, not razors, scalpels. Because no matter what technology they invent, scalpels just don't ring. You can sit on the boss chair, you can walk through the metal detector, you can go through everywhere with a scalpel. It's not going to ring. You put a razor blade in your mouth or you cheek a razor blade, when you go through the metal detector, it's going to ring. Bing, 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 bing. Then you got a strip. Then they got this machine that they put on your face. Technology has went up. You see? Same way America works. America, what did they do? They reinvent the game. Because they know sooner or later you're going to get used to it, you're going to solve it. So that's why they always 5 steps ahead. Yeah. See, that's why I say, man, I don't come up here to be freestyling and all that. I don't do that. Because when I speak about my past or anything that I speak about, so you can have a description of the pain, not so you can fear anything. I would never tell anyone to fear anything. Do not fear anything. America is not scared of nothing. American people are not scared of nothing. So that fear stuff is out the window. You gotta fight for yours. You gotta fight for yours. And if you ain't built like that, you stay to the side and you be quiet. And the dudes that stay to the side and be quiet, those are the dudes that they ain't do nothing in the penitentiary but watch everybody else get busy. Recycling stories. Jay Gamer. Jay Gamer. He's not saying he fronting like he wasn't locked up. He's saying he be recycling stories. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because I want to hear about him. I don't want to hear about, because look, I can never come up here and tell you a story about somebody else. I want to hear about him. I have not heard a story about him yet. I heard him tell stories about other people, but I haven't heard nothing about him. That's what the people want to know. It's not just me. It's what the people want to know. The people want to know what's his story. That's all I'm saying, be safe. I want to hear how it was for him. Not about Pissy Black or Mother Dear. Man, listen, man. Even mentioning them punks, those are punks. Nobody cared about no Mother Dear. Mother Dear got killed. Pissy Black got killed. Those people are they gone. It's only for so long you can implement the strategy of fear upon someone to dim their confidence into defending themselves against your oppression. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, Dave Braves. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why, I got nothing against the man. Because I don't know the dude. Never heard of him. Nobody has, to be honest with you. I'm talking about dudes that was ringing bells. Never heard of him. But at the same time, exactly. That's all I'm saying, be safe. I can't say nothing else about the man because I don't know. Never heard of him. But from what I'm seeing, I want to know about you, bro. I want to know about you. I don't care about them dudes. Nobody cares about them dudes. That shit don't even exist no more in the penitentiary. For those who don't know, dudes ain't taking no butt. Why would a dude go take somebody butt when you got dudes giving it up? What? Maybe some people like to hear story. Maybe he was talking about other people to keep the young dudes out of jail. Okay, so
be spitting razors.
Okay, so if you're trying to keep the young dudes from going into jail, why don't you tell them your story? Tell them your story. Killer Kev in the building. Shout out, salute to the big homie Killer Kev. Tell your story. That's what makes it something's fishy. Because why wouldn't you tell people your story? Why wouldn't you tell people what happened to you when you came through? What you experienced, how it was for you? Did you like the water? Did you go to commissary every day? When you was in jail, what courts were you in? Who was you hanging with when you was up north? What type of people? What jails were you in? Yo, that's like maybe 6 different episodes right there where no one else is named, where it's not about nobody else but that one individual himself. That's it. On the other hand, Killer Kevin saying if somebody else is telling your story, it's like they bigging you up, making you official, which is true. It's a strategic way of looking at it, yes. But an individual that's telling a story and he wasn't even around these people. So he can't even big them up because he wasn't around them. You weren't in that circle. MC Goods 01. That's what I'm saying. And it's crazy that 23-1 dude had him on there like he represents New York. That was crazy. Because when he was on there with the 23-1 dude, he still didn't tell him about his experience. Nobody knows, Killer Kev. Nobody knows, man. I had Mario on here. And you know Mario OT. Mario been doing this since 81. On the last live I did, he was like, nah, I ain't heard of this dude. And then let me get it straight. It ain't like I'm keep coming at the dude hitting him in the head with the hammer. No. What it is that he don't even have control of his ghost. That's a fact, Kev. He was a ghost. But he don't have control of his trolls. So when you don't have control of your trolls and they keep coming in the comments talk about, and then I go to his joint and I look at these people say, oh, thank you. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. He still hasn't told you his story. If you want to hear stories about jail and other dudes, there's a lot of them. I see them. You go on the internet now. There's a whole bunch of them on the internet. A lot. So a lot of stories on the internet dealing with prison. And a lot of them is lies too. Yeah. 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 That's a fact. Shout out to the people in the chat, man. Shout out Killer Kev in the building. You see what I'm saying? Because what it is like, listen, everybody has a story to tell. Oh, from Cali? Oh, 23-1? Yeah, I mean, I like 23-1's show. Don't get me wrong. 23-1, he got a good thing going for him. But they hit him with the sleeper. I see you, Kev. Like, yo, I don't know, bro, man. That's like, you know, we're dealing with a different war report right now because the war report I'm talking about is these trolls. These trolls that come into the chats. They come into the comments and they leave little comments. And then, you know, what I'm saying, hey, yo, Kev, matter of fact, yo, Kev, imagine if somebody was talking about you and I left that in the comments in my chat, in my video. I'm guilty just as the trolls are of letting that stay in there. Now, but you understand what I'm saying, Kev? It's to me, it's right. Because when I ain't got nothing to do, I just call people up like, yo, man, go over here, hit this dude up. Yo, hit this dude up right here. It's right. But if I got a podcast and I'm interviewing somebody, or if I got a podcast and I got a special guest, and then in the comments, people was talking about him. Like, for example, if somebody in my comments talk about KK, Bob, delete, out of my comments. I'm not going to let that stay in my comments. Because if I let it stay in my comment, I'm endorsing that. Can't nobody go in my comment and talk about KK. The minute I see it, it's out of there. And then you know what's going to happen? 5 trolls are going to come from my side, and they're going to give you the Frank. They're going to give your moms the Frank. They're going to do you straight dirty because they're going to be like, damn, these dudes is foul type of trolls. They different. Yeah, the trolls I got is different. They have no rules. Your mother gets it, your brother, kids, everybody get it. That's why you don't troll in my stuff. Because if you troll in my stuff, everybody gets it. Like Mike Tyson said, I'm gonna eat your kids. So you can't come over here with that. You can't come over here and think that you're gonna talk about other people that's real dudes in my comments and I'm gonna leave it up there. Nah, I'm taking that off. Oh, I did that already. It's levels to this. You gotta check the live. You gotta check the I think I got like 10 grand or 11 grand on that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I put the link up.
oh, you put the link is up.
No, I'll put it up again if you want to.
We're gonna put the link up again. I had them on here already. Let's talk about it was on it too when I was doing it.
Is it the one where these dudes be coming from?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he got knocked out by Lennox Lewis. That's a fact. But his statement holds a lot of validity to it because his statement is like this. That's what the trolls I got. That's how they get there. So when you want to troll and go in the comments, my trolls are going to go not only at you, but anywhere you existed in another person's podcast, and they're going to gun you down. Because I didn't see it. I didn't see dudes come in the comments and say something stupid, and then the trolls start hitting them, start talking about their mother and all this other stuff, and they disappear. They get up out of there. They're like, oh, this is different here. They get up out of there. Some of them try to be like tough, like they'll come back and say another thing, and they'll go back and forth, because I'm watching all this. They go back and forth. But because the Spartans are relentless, you know what they do? They bounce. They get up out of there. Because the way they're looking at it is like, yo, man, son just violated me. It's violated my moms, violated my kids, violated everybody. That's violation. Like he taking trolling to a different level. And that's the way it was when we was in the Bing. When we was in the Bing, we took it to the different level. That's why we became the catalyst of this movement. Because we took it to a different level. We weren't just saying, if he violate, we gonna get him. We were saying, he's rocking the flag of the enemy, get him. That's how we did it. If he's rocking the flag of the enemy, there is no second guessing. There is no questioning, yo. Ain't none of that. You out of there. That's how wars are won. Didn't you hear what I say about the Gulf War? 42 days of relentless bombing sent them scurrying up out of there. That's what we do to the trolls in here. We'll go at their head every day and every because this is how you do a troll dirty. A troll ain't only gonna go on your page, he's gonna go on other people's page. So you follow the troll. You follow the troll to the other pages. And when he says a remark in the next page, you just come in that page and you be like, yo, why your mother got my joint in her mouth, yo? And then that troll's in the computer like, oh, this dude must have followed me over here. This dude is different. He followed me all the way to another page. Yeah. See, that's the way it goes. You just violate them. That's a fact. I trolls the troll. That's why to me, it's wreck. It's fun. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I bet you want to play. I'm going to follow wherever you went. Wherever you went, I'm going to follow you. And I'm going to continuously bang on you. And I'm going to call. Yo, he's over there. He's in on this chat. Yo, he's on over here on this chat. And we go hunt the trolls. And I also pay people. I pay people to hunt the trolls down. Yo, find out where else he's been in making comments. And then I see him. And I know there's certain individuals that got mad troll pages. I know there's mass individuals that got mad troll pages too. You know what I'm saying? And what they do is because they want to be all up in your podcast, stealing your ideas or watching what you do. Because I ain't gonna lie. I've been had this. Y'all see it, right? But now I'm looking at podcasts and I'm seeing it in other people's podcasts. And I'm like, oh, here we go. They don't went up in the page and saw that I got a Yeti. Yeah, you peeped that, right, Kat? Yeah, I'm still studying the law, bro. Still on my law stuff. But like somebody said, there's levels to this. So when dudes start trolling, I take trolling to the next level. All right, you want to troll? You can come in the chats. Got you. Let's see where else you go. Because you remember, a troll is going to be loyal to somebody's page. I'm going to repeat this. When the dude is a troll, he's always loyal to somebody's page. So you can follow him and find out what page he's loyal to, that he be giving them compliments and shouting them out and troll on his ass in there. And then get the page that he's in there too. Casualties, that's how it is. Casualties of war. It's a fact. That's how you get rid of the trolls. He's got to be loyal to somebody. And whoever he's loyal to, you get him and the troll. That's why certain people can't ask me to come on they show, a little podcast or whatever. Because I see in their comments, and I see in their comments that they let trolls talk about real people. So I won't ever go on they can't even come to me and ask me to do an interview. Because I'm gonna be like this, like do an interview. Man, you smell like dirty mop water. I don't want to do an interview with you. What I want to do an interview with you for? Or y'all. Y'all both smell like dirty mop water. Y'all letting dudes talk about real dudes in y'all podcasts and the chats. You know it's yours. You know you're supposed to take that off. It's a fact. Let's talk about it. That's why I won't ever go on some of these people's podcasts. Because I look at the chats.
See what they're saying?
What?
Iran's firing missiles right now.
Oh, Iran's firing missiles? Yeah. Let's talk about it. The Blazer, I'll be in his chat all the time. But when you look at, let's talk about his comments after he finishes his live. He doesn't leave nobody in there to talk about a real dude. He takes it off. Because we don't condone that. That's right. Kill all trolls. That's what Wildkat means. I'm a wild kill all trolls. That's what I do. When I wake up and I look at the comments, I look at all the other podcast comments to see if somebody's saying something stupid. If I notice that was a troll. So when I see the troll that I saw leave something in one of my comments, I see that he's in that person's comments, but he's bigging that person up. Bang! Him in that one, get it. That's how that works out, you heard? Hold that down. But I'm telling you right now, the 3 facts is the troll always has someone he's loyal to. The troll always has a boundary. I haven't met a troll without a boundary yet. Facts. All these trolls that be in there, the minute you start hitting them with Franks and talking about their moms and kids and all that, they bounce. They get up out of there. Because the whole purpose of the troll not coming in the live chat, but going in the comments, is for the people that are new, that ain't subscribed or just checking out the channel, and they start reading the comments, for them to kill the flow of positive things that people are saying about you. It's like they own freaky a way of hating. Salute, Mano King. And yeah, what up, son? Trolling Revolution. Facts. I'm just here, man. I was doing the war report. And then I'm talking about World War II, the war with the trolls. So what I'm doing is I'm giving everybody the blueprint on how to kill the troll. And the way you kill the troll is you follow him. You follow the troll to everywhere he goes or she goes. Because you don't know if it's a he or a she. Or is it he, she? You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Most dudes that are trolls, they weird. The way you kill trolls is this. You follow them. And when you follow them, you see what page they go to. Usually they go to 1 or 2 different pages. But then there's that one page where they go in and yeah, I'll support you, bum, 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 bum. Right? You go in there and you start banging them. Bing, bing, bing. You hit them with Franks first. Wow. Then you talk about their moms. Bing. Then you talk about their kids. Bing. Then you start going in on everything. You just go so dirty on them. They're like, oh, whoa. Whoa. No, he's different type of dude. I ain't messing with this dude. This dude bugged out. Yeah, we different. We's different. I'm gonna hunt you down. So I be knowing who be having these troll pages and all that. And when dudes leave comments like this, they say, oh, he has like 5 troll pages and it's sad. I'll be laughing my ass off like, yo, why is this sad? Because you got 5 heads that's gonna doggy style that troll. Oh, Vlad TV, he official though. I ain't gonna lie. Your life. Hey, yo, but dead ass, yo. That's how you do them dirty, man. You get them and you start gunning down. Yo, they be trolls that I trolled them for like 3 days, 4 days. I kept following them. They went over here on this person's page. They went over here on this person's page. I keep following them. I subscribe to them and all that. So whenever they get on, I get a subscription, because the troll got to make a fake page. So all you got to do is subscribe to their page. So every time they coming around, you know, click, click. Yeah, let's talk about it. We be on different time, y'all. I'm coming for the trolls. You know what I'm saying? Coming for the trolls. It's different. So they be now Vlad is official, right? I'm telling you, I seen a couple of interviews with Vlad, especially the one with what was that, George Lopez, right? Yeah, it was George Lopez. But yo, that's World War II of the War Report. How do you do a troll? You do him like the dirty scum that he is. You just go after him. Follow him. I be obsessed. Sometimes. I get up hoping that a troll says something in the comment. Or I'll just get up one day and I'm like, yo, you know what? He said something in the comment like 4 days ago. Even though he's chilling, where he at right now? Let me see. And I just hit him with like 5 donuts, toilet paper, and 6 francs. Sometimes I hit him with like 10, a whole pack of francs. Telling you. Hit him with the whole francs thing. Frozen francs, hell yeah. Let his butterhole melted. Facts. Yeah. Only one casualty. That was the American that was on the plane. But yeah. So that's what we say. Fuck it. For now on, we're not saying we dying tonight. We saying the trolls is dying tonight. That's the new lingo. You heard, Iraq? The trolls is dying tonight. You heard, S. Dot? The trolls is dying tonight. That's right. Oh, shout out to Black Jesus. Shout out Black Jesus. Salute Black Jesus. He said, y'all bugging. I got $100 cash app. Vlad do double whatever flip interview did with Wildkat. He clickbait king. Man, you got to be on your P's and Q's with him, man. I ain't gonna lie. He's like a Tom Brokaw. RuPaul would be a weird father. Or would he? Hey, yo, that's probably one of the trolls' father, RuPaul. Yeah. Fact. That's what I'm saying. Like, see, the reason I go hard because I want the troll to feel it. I want the troll to be like, yo, man, this dude, I wonder if he knows it's me. I want the troll to think that. I want the troll to be like, yo, I wonder if he knows it's me. He did me dirty. He did my mom's, everybody dirty, my kids, everything, man. He's foul. I thought I was foul because I'm trolling. But man, he is like dirty, nasty. He's muddy. Ooh. Yeah, that's a fact, Black Jesus. Trump said it just the same way I feel. We're not here to start no war. We are here to finish one. In a minute, because YouTube said they was going to do something about the troll pages and all that, but I don't know if they're going to do it or not or how long that's going to take. So I'm going to help YouTube out. I'm gonna have them trolls somewhere in their bedroom crying, or I'm gonna have them punching the wall, or I'm gonna have them thinking suicide. I'm gonna have the troll all messed up. I'm telling you, that's gonna have them all messed up. And then, cause lately every time I check, I see one or two punk ass troll, and then I subscribe to them. When they come in my channel, in my comments, I'm like, oh, who's that? Oh, word, please subscribe. Let's see the next time you are active. All notifications. Know what I'm saying? And then you look at the people that you done had a little bit of drama with. Mado Kid said, them niggas about to lock in on you, cat. They might be the real 718. The trolls might be somebody I know. So that's why I want them to know that if you are somebody that I know, you get the frank, your mother gets the frank, everybody you know gets the frank, everybody you love gets the frank, all y'all get it. Y'all can share a whole pack of franks, pass it around like it's a blunt, take 2 bites and pass, so the frankfurter will last, nigga. That's how you do it. So that the person be like, yo, he probably knows it's me, and he just violating me right now. Yeah. Yeah. Equal opportunity Franks. That is a fact. Salute gun-toting Democrat. Equal opportunity Franks. Everybody gets it. Can't discriminate. That's against equal opportunity law. So if you go in Blasey Blah page and you giving him kudos, you and Blasey Blah plus your mom's kids and anybody else, all of y'all getting it. All of y'all getting it. That's why I like that. So a troll gives me like a little workout. I get to have fun for a little while. Know what I'm saying? What was that? Oh. Yeah, I get to have fun. But yeah, so let's make sure. Salute Eddie Ed. I appreciate you, bro. Yo. Oh, he said the shade is probably a troll, right? I'm telling you, yo. As a matter of fact, for all the trolls that's out there, let me show you something. We here. So y'all don't know, Wap City Spartans is here. Know what I'm saying? We troll hunting this season. It's not wabbit season. It's troll hunting season. Thank you, man. Know what I'm saying? So if they don't know, they gonna find out. Send the money to my yeah. Wap City Spartans in the building. We in here. The hoodies and everything is coming. We here. It's the invasion. That's why I said today's gonna be the war report. Because we got two different wars going on. Cyber and across the seas. Trump got it across the seas. I got the cipher, the cyber. Know what I'm saying? He got it across the seas with them. I got it right here. Know what I'm saying? Spartans is in the building, yo. But yeah. Nah, I ain't gonna say Trump is ahead of all trolls. Because one thing I gotta give Trump, man, is the man got money and the man ain't no coward. He says things and he does things, and whether we agree with it or not, he still just does it on some I did it. See, a troll hides behind a computer. He's in the darkness, or she's in the darkness. They feel afraid to show themselves. They're afraid of what they look like. When they look in the mirror, they say, damn, why am I still living? Did I come out of my mom's leg first or head first? That's what trolls ask themselves every day. Then they get mad and they go in people's chat. Yeah. So they know. So they know. Anytime you troll, I'm coming for you. And I'm going to find out who you is. But just in case I don't get to find you, I'm going to violate you. So whenever you see me, I'm going to look in your face and I'm going to know if it was you. Because you're going to be like, damn, man. You talked about my moms, yo. Talk about my kids. Yo, he disrespectful, yo. He's a different type of time. Happy birthday, Kels, man. Shout out a birthday salute to Kels, man. Hit me in the DM. It's level 2. This is. That's a fact, Brad Hauser. Shout out Brad Hauser in the building. Facts. That's my boy, Brad Hauser, man. My bad, Brad Hauser. I just got into all the politics, man. You know how it goes. I was at the front seat in the White House. And I was just speaking my piece, man, and shit got crazy. But happy birthday to Kels, man. Australia in the house. Yo, shout out to Australia, man. And yo, Australia been going through some hard times, man. Salute to them over there. You know, they had those wildfires and a lot of animals died over there. You know that Australia has a lot of exotic animals. You know what I mean? Shout out to the first responders and to the firefighters out there that's, you know, battling them fires, risking their lives and saving not only people but animals also, man. We send our condolences to those that died and passed away, whether they be an animal or human. They were living in peace at one time until the fire came and took that away from them. So it don't matter if they're human or animal. You know what I'm saying? Condolences go out to them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of koalas. We got 80 million on Trump's head. That's a lot of bread. Yeah, you know, the real 718, I was thinking about that. Doing a troll segment. You know what I'm saying? Doing a troll segment where we just gun down the trolls. See, what I want to do is I need to get another computer. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get another laptop. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this laptop here. And then I'm gonna give everybody in the chat the location of where the troll is at. And then we all gonna go in that page mad deep and gun down the troll. We're gonna let them know how the Spartans get down. We're gonna go in the chat and we're gonna do them dirty. Oh, Kelly. Man, they put I knew I smelled piss. My bad. Yo, but they talk about R. Kelly. R. Kelly done messed up, man. I can't mess with R. Kelly. He wilding out. That's a fact. We need a trolling computer, y'all. We got to get another trolling computer. So while we on the chat live, I'm gonna be on the computer over here. I'm like, yo, Too Real for TV or whatever. He's over here. He's over here. And we're gonna throw the hell out of him. Yeah, they don't really come through here, Nigel. You know why? We had a troll. We had like 3 or 4 trolls. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. And we had the whole thing lit up with fire, Franks, toilet paper, that they felt so uncomfortable they got up out of there. Facts. Well, yo, check it. I just want to salute everybody in the chat and thank everybody for coming in. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna let everybody shout out their hood because I want to know who's in here and where they from, yo. In here and where they from, yo.
Pause it.
Let's go. New Jersey's in the building. Bronx, Orange County's in the building. Vegas, Middletown, New York is in the building. New Orleans is in the building. Middletown's in the building. Rochester, Lakeside, Hawaii. Astoria, Queens, East New York, Pennsylvania Ave is in the building. Middletown again is in the building. East New York, Loaiza, Puerto Rico is in the building. Brooklyn, Bushwick's in the building. Honolulu, Hawaii's in the building. East New York, shout out Brian Crawley, I see you. East New York is in the building. 183rd, what's the word you heard? It's in the building. Marlboro Projects is in the building. Vancouver's in the building. Let's get it. Bronx High Bridge is in the building. Brooklyn's in the building. Roanoke, Virginia's in the building. 149 in Jackson. Ooh, right by Crossroads is in the building. Kingsbridge is in the building. Shout out Kingsbridge. Salute Australia. Maryland, stand up. Mars is in the building. Melbourne, Australia's in the building. Shout out Australia. Attica's in the building. 1111 Hazen Street, ARDC's in the building. Salute to all the ghettos. BK. Miller G's is in the building. Monticello's in the building. Sally Matthews from Brownsville's in the building. Body Drop in Wisconsin. Long Beach, California. East side, west side. Fan Band Grip. Gowana's in the building. Bushwick, All Hoods, Upstate Box. 11 buildings in the building. Salute to the 01B. Stand up, Spartans. I see, stand up. Henny 4625, Coney Island's in the building. JT Moneybags is in the building. Troll Killers is in the building. One more time. Troll Killers is in the building. 23rd Street, Coney Island is up in here. Let's get it. Let's get it. Salute. Can't forget Spofford. Hold up. Can't forget Spofford. Shout out to Spofford. Beantown is in the building. Iran's in the building. 183rd to Crotona. Troll Killers. Facts. Troll Killers in the building. Picking in Sutter Gutter Ave. East New York. Shout out Pink Houses. Caveman side. Shout out Buki Low, Top Guns. Shout out Mario Machete. E-Dorm. Jay Cartier in the building. What's poppin'? And I'm gonna end it with a classic. Miller Ave, East New York. Pistol Gang. Styles Hound. Shout out Styles Hound. Shout out my hounds. Shout out my Billies. Shout out my Shines. Blazers. Jets. Hats. Shout out all the homies in the building. Shout out all the homies worldwide. Pop Rules. Shout out the Crips. 1-8 Trade. Shout out the 8 Trade. Shout out my son Blue Black and the Payback Crips. Shout out the Trinitarios. Shout out Borican Project Brooklyn. Russia's in the building. Shout out Russia. Moscow. Graham Ave, Brooklyn. Bushwick in the building. I'm gonna leave y'all with a classic, y'all. Leave y'all with a classic, y'all.
Calling all cars. The Wildkat is on the loose. The Wildkat is on the loose. Dispatcher, send back up. I know who you be. Nigga, what? Hey, you don't wanna be.
Shout out Jamaica Queens in the building. Fayetteville, New Jersey in the building.
Cats in this building, going up the elevator. I'm coming at you like the Terminator. My behavior is homicidal. Nigga fucking with me, you better get the Bible. Cause I'm your idol, your highest title. I'm over Uno, and let me get vital. And do you like the noodle? I know you take it all up in your ass. Why you wanna stuff like you Michael Jackson bad? I bet you like it bad. The trigger finger got loose. Come on. Did I do that? It wasn't me who attended the shoot, but I hit him with two, and he was bad. I come to do with the Mac, got a red bandana hanging out the back. And if you didn't know, now you know. I was riding the 5 and playing freaking toes here. Here we go, here we go. All the banging on niggas when you was eating Cheerios. Talk the buck rock, crying every time you go against me. The whole shit is dying. Hey, yo! Extra, read all about it. The niggas is cold mode gloves, they got spotted. So I hit him in the head with the talent, got him feeling like Red Fox, screaming out Alice. This is danger, this is malice. When you boom and try to find your talent. If you don't believe me, then let's take a balance in his head to the moon like Alice. Take it to the head and you keep my
Salute your life. Your life, salute your life.
Not the past stats off. Ready, aim, fire, blast off.
Yeah, that's me, Patu. It's my music. That's me. Shout out your life. That's what I tell the trolls. I know who you be. And you don't want none of this.
Hey, you don't want none of this.